She cheats. She belongs to the streets. Sean King coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com off of Boss Life Secrets, which can be found on Amazon.com. Like, share this video, and if you listen to me on iTunes, share this episode, because it's going to be something very important, something that I don't hear a lot of people talking about. And it's probably something that you probably never been told while you were growing up, even as an adult. This is something that no one ever told me about until I got older and I had experiences dealing with these types of issues in regards to male and female relationships. So this is a question that I got. Dude was like, yo, if she cheats, does she belong to the streets? And it's not a yes or no type answer. It just depends on the guy. Really depends on the guy. It depends on the type of relationship y'all have. And the reason why I say this is because every relationship is not the same. Every guy is not the same. Every woman is not the same. Now, cheating, the definition of cheating to the common man and common woman is when you don't know what's going on. When the other person is doing something that you don't have knowledge of. That's the definition of cheating. For the common man and common woman, right? However, there's some people that they have a certain dynamic in the relationship where it's like, I'll give you an example. There's some women that take vacations every year. They go to Jamaica, the Virgin Islands every year. They'll go down there with their girlfriends, do what they do, and come back home. And the husband, he's aware of it. To what extent, he doesn't know. But he knows why she keeps going down there. She's going down there to have a good time. Now, these are older guys, mostly. But he knows why she keeps going down there, because she's been going down there for years. So he's like, hey, honey, have a good time, see you when you get back. She comes home, she's happy, had a good time, she's back home with the family, what to do. So that's what I mean when I say certain people have certain dynamics. It's not something that they talk about, but they just don't bring it back home. So the other person both parties kind of know what the other person is doing, but they just don't talk about it. That's what I mean when I say certain relationships have certain kind of unwritten rule within a relationship. Just don't bring anything back home to me. And see, when you're young, in the 20s, no one tells you this. And they're not going to ever tell you that that's how they get down. Because to them, if someone was to tell you that, they would feel kind of embarrassed. That's why they're never going to tell you. It's just like when somebody get their identity stolen or all their bank account wiped out. They'll just come and tell you, hey, somebody took all my money out my bank account. But they're not going to tell you how it happened. They're not going to tell you that 9 times out of 10, they got a check in the mail. This used to happen years ago. It doesn't happen often now, but it still happens. They didn't tell you that they met some guy online. They gave them a sob story and sent them a check in the mail saying, hey, if you put this check in the mail, you take half of the money and send me the rest of the money once the check clears in the bank. But 9 times out of 10, the system is going to catch the bad check and it's going to shut your bank account down. But they're not going to tell you that. They're just going to say, hey, somebody stole all my money. The reason why they stole your money, the reason why your bank account got shut down, is because you put that bad check in there because you was trying to beat the system. You was trying to come up. But they're not going to tell you that. This is why these people that get caught up in those scams, this is why it keeps going. Because no one wants to talk about it. No one wants to talk about what's really going on out here. And I use that example because it applies to relationships as well. There's certain aspects of people's relationships they don't want to talk about it. Even though they know what's going on. So it doesn't matter how cool you are, how close you are to your parents, your friends, your family members. They're not going to give you certain advice about certain topics because that's going to expose them. and I've never seen this written anywhere. I've never heard anybody talk about this anywhere. This is just something that I've learned over the years and I've witnessed. I've seen other people do this. I've seen people out when I was on vacation or out when I'm out late at night. I've seen people, but I didn't say nothing because that ain't my business. It's not my business to pick up the phone and be like, hey, you need to watch your wife, watch your girl. No, I don't know what's going on. All I see, what I see, but what I see might not be what it really is. I don't assume anything. And it ain't my place to run my mouth because I don't really know. See, I used to assume that, hey, everybody's relationship is a traditional relationship, and that was a mistake. And a lot of men and women make that mistake. They think everybody has the traditional relationship. No, some people have open relationships. Some people give people a pass in relationships from time to time. Some women will say, they don't say it, but it's like an unwritten rule. Say, hey, just as long as the household's taken care of, as long as I'm taken care of, you can go out and do whatever. Now, they don't say that, but that's how they think. And don't do anything to embarrass us, embarrass the family. We good. They don't say that, but that's how they think. It's just like if you look at some of these celebrities that get caught up, the reason why a lot of these women are upset is not because the guy cheated. The guy got caught cheating by some paparazzi or got put on blast by somebody. She's upset because he embarrassed them. That's why she's upset. It ain't the fact that she's upset because he was so sloppy in doing what he was doing. That's how a lot of the celebrities, actresses look at it, and entertainers look at it. It ain't cheating. It ain't just because the guy cheated. That's the deal. It's like, now let's be clear. A lot of women would like to be doing what guys do. They would like to have the opportunity to sleep with multiple guys without being judged, and guys wife them up anyway. A lot of women would like to be doing that, but they ain't got it like that. It's a double standard. I'm sorry. You know? And it's not, a lot of women, just scientifically speaking, can't handle sleeping with a bunch of guys. They can't handle it. It messes them up mentally. It too many bad energies inside them if they sleep with multiple guys. Because women don't sleep with the best guys. It's not like every guy she gets is he got good energy. No. Most of these guys is horrible. Most women don't pick well. Even the guy that they so-called settle down with or get married to, most of these guys they're not the best. They don't have the best morals, character. Most of these guys are not solid like that. It's just reality. So let's take a woman that's, I'm talking an average woman here. So let's take an average woman that's single, that's just out here loosey-goosey. Most of these guys she's laying up with, they bad apples. That's just reality. That's why I think it's not a good idea for women to have multiple partners. Because, look, in a perfect world, if every guy a woman slept with built her up, he's good energy, she learned something from him, she upgraded him, that'd be great. But that's not the reality out here. That's just not the reality. Most of these guys are lame. Most of these guys don't know if they're coming or going. Most of these guys are confused. Most of these guys have bought into every narrative that's out here. So it's just not a good look. It's not a good idea for women to be promiscuous and out here like loosey-goosey like that. Because look at what happens. Just think about all the women that's been ran through. Probably where you from or some of these celebrities. Look at them. Look how they end up when they get older. It's like, she's a monster. So, and sometimes when you start to get, a lot of guys start to get older, sometimes it's cheaper to keep her, man. Sometimes it's much bigger than just a one-night stand. Sometimes what people have accumulated over the years, or what they have invested, sometimes it's much bigger than just a one-night lay. You know what I mean? It's just like, I remember years ago, Ice-T, I'm a big fan of Ice-T. Ice-T, he got married to Coco at the time. And word got out that she got caught. I don't know who put her out there, but I don't know if it was a guy or some other person put the word out that she was getting, my man was hitting it. I think it was a rapper, and Ice-T ended up talking to the dude on the telephone and was like, "Hey, you trying to extort me or what?" And he was like, "Nah." Dude wasn't trying to extort him or anything. It was just something that's been going on for a couple months, and that was it. My man didn't really want anything. So I think my man I think Ice-T called my man up and they handled the shit on the phone like a G. And everybody was thinking that Ice-T was going to drop her, Coco. And he didn't, because he knew what they had at the time. I think at the time, they was trying to get daytime show. I think this was like 2010, somewhere around there. Yeah, they was trying to get a daytime show and everything, and they did like a test run, and it went well, but I guess it didn't do well enough, So what they had going on at the time was much bigger than just a one night stand or a short term smash. Sometimes you gotta look at the bigger picture. And check this out. Now I understand where, you see, the common man is gonna be like, hey, I don't like the fact that another man is laid up with my woman. I know that. I understand that. But check this out. If your woman feels the need to lay up with another man, you play a part into that, whether you like it or not. Now, I'm not saying it's your fault, but you play a part in that because it takes two to tango. Obviously, there's something that you ain't doing. Or she's a damn nympho or something. But whatever it is, she ain't talking to you about it. So you play a part into it whether you like it or not. I'm not saying it's your fault, because everyone has to be accountable for their own actions, but you play a part in it or not. Maybe you didn't really know how she gets down, or maybe she suppressed her sexuality early on in the beginning, or maybe you just couldn't keep up. I don't know. The only way you're gonna know is to ask. And talking about sex is not something that, it's not a hot topic. It's a taboo subject. It's something that, it's a hard topic for most people to talk about. But you're not going to know until you sit down and talk about it. Sometimes, if you can, I don't think just because somebody made a mistake one time that you should throw in the towel. I don't think it's an end all be all type thing. I'm not gonna say, hey, if the person cheats one time, that's it. I would never say that. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what type of guy are you. Depends on what y'all got going on. Depends on what type of woman she is. I believe, man, you can work out almost anything if you're willing to communicate. You can get past and work out any problems you might have if you can communicate. And that's the problem with most people. Most people don't want to talk about certain things. And that's where this weird dynamic comes in. It's kind of like, and some of this is it's embedded within certain cultures too. Certain cultures, it's kind of like, everything's kind of like set in the beginning of the relationship or in the beginning of the marriage. Like, for example, you might get married to a woman in let's say you get married to a woman and she's Japanese, right? And now every Friday she's gonna stay out late, right? After she gets off work. And she's been doing this before she even got married to you. And she's continuing to do it when y'all get married, right? Now, you have to be cool with that, because that's not gonna stop. And what happens when she hangs out late at work, after work? You don't really know. But whatever it is, you have to be cool with it. And when she comes home, she's damn near drunk, right? But you have to be cool with it. You can't complain, because if you complain, that's a sign of weakness. That's how they see it. That's how they see it, right? Now, that Friday night after work, she's kind of, that's really her time to loosen up and do whatever she wants. And you as the man, the husband, have to be cool with whatever that entails, whatever comes along with that. But here's the deal. It's not talked about. They don't say, hey, after work, I'm going to go out and have a couple drinks, hang with the girls, and I'm going to call up this guy. He's going to come over where we at. We're going to have a couple drinks. We're going to go to the Love Hotel. And after the Love Hotel, I'm going to come back home like 1 or 2 in the morning. No, they don't talk about that. But it goes down like that all the time. It goes down like that all the time. But what I'm saying to you is this. There's always another way. There's always another way. You know, there's always another way. It ain't just one way to solve a problem or to have a relationship or no. It's every way doesn't work for everybody. One way don't work for everybody. You have to figure out which way works for you. You have to figure out which relationship works for you. What worked for your grandfather, your parents, might not work for you. Especially in these days and time. So if she cheats, she belongs to the streets? Yes and no. But you're going to have to, that's going to be dependent on you. You're going to have to figure that out if it happens to you. So like, share this video. Subscribe to my podcast, Love Can't Wait. Anything I can do to help you, go to my website, chooseyourrelationships.com, or just click the link below. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.